Hi, everybody. I hope this video finds you all doing well and staying safe. Um, so we got a bit of some news this morning about how school is not going to open back up for the rest of the year, which is very sad. But I'm going to continue to make these videos and read to you and do the core practice with you and talk about gratitude with you. I'm going to keep doing that. And there might be some other things that I'm going to be getting in touch with you about too. I don't know what those things are yet, but as soon as I know, I will be letting you know what else we're going to be doing as first graders this year in a different place in your house. So, but I'm going to keep on doing these as long as you guys want me to read to you. I will keep reading to you and I'll keep talking to you and checking in with you to make sure that you're all doing okay. All right, so let's start with the core practice because I think that today of all days would be a really good day to do that. So find a spot and relax, close your eyes, and take deep breaths. Okay, so today I am grateful for the beautiful sunny day we have today. I'm going to get out there a little bit later, I think, and take a little bit of a walk in my neighborhood just to get some fresh air and appreciate that we have some sunshine today because that always makes me feel better and probably you too. All right, so we're going to finish chapter 8. They were eating their rehearsal dinner before the wedding, and Uncle Hobart realized he forgot to get flowers for the church. "Are you crazy?" cried Aunt Bee. "The day of the wedding, when florists are swamped with June weddings, where would they find more flowers, especially so soon after the Rose Festival?" Worn out from progress reports, moving, and excitement, she turned to her fiancé and said, "I thought you said there was nothing to planning a wedding. Well, that shows you how wrong you can be." "If I can be so wrong, why are you marrying me?" demanded Uncle Hobart. He looked tense, which was unusual for him. Both families tried to act as if they were not listening, except, of course, the older children, who were fascinated. Willa Jean looked as if she might cry. "That's a good question," said Aunt Bee. "That's a good question. That's a good question. All the years I was in school, teachers were always telling me I had asked good questions. Half the time they didn't even answer. They just asked me what I thought the answer should be or asked some other kid to answer. Now you're telling me I asked a good question? You sound just like a teacher." There they are, not looking very happy. "I am a teacher." Aunt Bee's voice was cold. Beezus and Ramona exchanged a "there goes the wedding" look. Now the bridesmaid dresses no longer mattered. Howie looked hopeful, as if he thought he might escape carrying that ring on the pillow after all. Uncle Hobart raised his voice. "Just once, I would like to hear a teacher answer a question. Why are you marrying me, if you still plan to marry me?" Aunt Bee began by sounding like a teacher. "Hobart has asked a good question," she said with a pleasant smile before she turned and shouted, "Because I love you, you cootie!" And she burst into tears. Ramona was stunned. Third and fourth graders called people cooties. Grown-ups didn't. Mr. Quimby put his arms around his wife, who looked as if she wished everyone would go away. "Feeling okay?" he whispered. "I feel great." Mrs. Quimby's voice was unusually sharp. "Why shouldn't I feel okay when I'm having a baby? It's all perfectly natural. Stop fussing." Mr. Quimby looked hurt. Uncle Hobart calmed down and looked ashamed. Aunt Bee wiped her tears on the corner of one of her new bath towels. "Why can't we just pick some flowers?" asked Ramona. "What flowers?" demanded Beezus. "Those buggy pansies in the backyard?" Now, said Grandpa Day. "Just a case of pre-wedding jitters. Relax, everybody. I lived in this neighborhood for 40 years, and I know how the women enjoy a challenge. Make a few phone calls, and you will have all the flowers you need." Grandpa Day was right. 2 neighbors had peonies in bloom, bushels of them. Several had bumper crops of roses that they would be happy to share. Another had plenty of laurel, which had a nice background and needed pruning anyway. When the matter of the flowers was settled, Aunt Bee said with a wicked smile, "I forgot something too. I forgot to tell you that I had invited all of my third graders. They wanted to come so much. Oh, no, not Ramona. Third graders would gobble up all the food at the wedding reception and run around bumping into people and spilling things. Still, she looked forward to seeing the class she had heard so much about from Aunt Bee. Great, said Uncle Hobart. I'll order champagne for 29 more guests. Ramona was horrified. 29 third graders sloshing around with champagne. Hobart! Mrs. Kemp spoke severely to her youngest son. Settle down and do the sensible. You can't serve champagne to children. Order some punch for them. Sure, Mom. Uncle Hobart glanced at his watch. Speaking of forgetting, let's not forget the rehearsal. The members of the wedding party whisked their dishes into the kitchen. They would eat Mrs. Kemp's homemade cheesecake later. Then they climbed into the truck and the Kemp's car to go to the church. Ramona, Beezus, and Howie squeezed into the truck with Uncle Hobart and his bride. This was their only chance to ride in it. Swell, just swell, muttered Howie. 29 kids laughing at me in girls' socks carrying a stupid little pillow. The dresses still haven't come, worried Beezus. Uncle Hobart was reassuring. Don't worry, you girls will look pretty even if you had to walk down the aisle in gym suits. As the truck pulled away from the curb, a car pulled up. A man jumped out with a big box and ran up to the Quimby's driveway. Ramona glimpsed the word bridal on the box. Our dresses! She shrieked. Oh, what a relief, said Beezus. Now if they will just fit. Uncle Hobart, said Howie, you never did say what kind of noise a camel makes. Ramona wished Howie would forget about camels and pay attention to the wedding. Uncle Hobart whinnied like a horse. Ah! How's that? I'm not sure it's right, said Howie. Ramona, who was not worried about the fit of her dress, safety pins would take care of that, or the sound of camels, wondered if 29 third graders, now promoted to fourth grade, would arrive at the wedding with banana stickers on their foreheads, and if Algy would stay where he belonged until it was all over. July was coming closer every day. And that is the end of the chapter. Chapter 9 is called Ramona Saves the Day. So I wonder what's going to happen at that wedding where Ramona would have to save the day. Maybe you can do some predictions and wonder what do you think is going to happen. All right. Well, earlier today I put a link into Skyward and also on the Facebook page of a journal page that you can print out that you guys could keep a journal of all these days that you're spending at home and talk about how you're feeling during those days and what kind of things you did during the day. And then years from now, you could keep that as like a journal where you could look back and see about this time in history because right now you're kind of living in history. So that might be a neat thing for you to try. So, all right. Well, I will see you tomorrow for the next chapter, and we'll see how Ramona saves the day.